guys, welcome back to my channel. Sexy looking brows, I know, but I already have my brows and my face on. So today we're going to go over how I contour. So I'm going to take those two shades in my contour palette, and I have to use more of a warm tone shade. I can't use too much cool tones because otherwise it looks like I have mud on my face because I have very warm undertones. If you have cooler undertones, you might like you might like a more cool toned contour shade. It just kind of depends on what looks best on your skin. So like you saw here, I take this angled brush and I start farther back by my where my hairline is, and I put most of the product back there and then I blend it down. So I concentrate most of the product back by your hairline and then you just blend it forward. And you want to make sure not to go too far down. I'd say my contour, I stop with product, I stop the blending so much, probably on the outer to middle part of my eye. If I would go down, it'd be like the outer middle part of my eye. You don't want to go too far down because it can make you look like you have not a mustache, but it doesn't look as flattering. But whatever you think looks best on you. So then I do the same thing on the other side, obviously, and as you can see, I'm doing the exact same thing. I have one side that doesn't contour as good as the other, just be warned. This side is my bad side. It always never looks as clean. It's just awful. But so I do the same thing. Concentrate most of the product back by my hairline and then I blend forward. I also quickly just want to mention, when you're blending your contour on your cheeks, you never want to blend down towards your jaw. You always want to make the line and then blend up, blend towards your nose and up. Because if you go down, it's going to make towards your jaw, it's going to make your contour just look muddy, and it's not going to leave that sharp line that, kind of shows off your cheekbone. So always blend up towards your forehead area. Don't go that far, but you know what I mean. All right, so next we are going to go to our forehead. And for this, I just go right above, for me, it's different on different people, but I always go where right above the outside corner of my eyebrows are, and go up there, and then you don't go in the center though. You just want to go right above your eyebrows. And then you're going to you don't have to do this, I do, but I do right on my jawline. You don't want to go right on it, on your face, because that just kind of looks silly. But I go right underneath my jawline just a little bit. Then we're going to do the nose, which, you guys, I don't contour my nose very often because it makes my nose look more crooked than it already is. But I did for the sake of this video. So I take a smaller brush and then you just go on the outside of your nose. Not on the sides of your nose, but on the outside front part of your nose where you see me doing it. And make sure you go all the way up into where your eyebrow meets your nose, because otherwise it's going to look funny. It's going to look like you just stopped. Now I'm just taking a fluffier brush and I am blending that out just a little bit. I'll do some more blending in a little bit once I add my bronzer. So now we're going to go in with bronzer. And I do this just to warm up that contour and warm up my cheekbones. Again, don't go too far below, where you contoured. You can. I don't, because then it kind of defeats the purpose of contouring. But you can. I mean, it's fine. But if you do go too low and you didn't want to, you can always fix that. I think I show it later in this video how I clean up my contour. So now I'm just bronzing my face in normal spots that I would, and just try to remember on your cheeks, keep it above where that line was. Then we are going to go to our temples like I normally would. Not my temples, but my forehead like I normally would right now. See? In the same spots. When you're bronzing, you can bring it in a little bit closer to the middle of your forehead. It's trying to make your forehead appear smaller and then making your face seem more narrow. So if you do your entire forehead, it kind of takes away the effect. So I always just do the outer corners of my forehead. And now I'm just going over my jawline again, like I did with my contour, except I'm going a little bit, it's blending it out a little bit more, so it's a little bit more messy, essentially. Now I'm going in with highlight, which I realized I didn't put blush on. I always put blush on, and I didn't. So also, I'm doing a very fun eye look later I did a very fun eye look, so I did a very extreme highlight. Obviously, I wouldn't do this highlight on a day-to-day basis. But so when you're highlighting, you want to do the very top of your cheekbone, and then you blend it. So you see how I just start with it right there at the top of my cheekbone, and then I blend it out so that it's not just a streak, but you don't want your highlight to go too far down into your contour, because then it's not going to accentuate the high points of your cheekbone. And then I do it down the center of my nose, which you don't have to do. Some people don't. I think it makes my nose look slimmer, so I do. And then I do my Cupid's bow, which kind of makes your lips up here a little bit more full. So I do my Cupid's bow, and then because I like to be a little bit more luminous, I also do my chin and my forehead. I think I do the center of my forehead. There it is. Yep. And then I always highlight right above my eyebrows just to make my eyebrows appear a little bit more lifted. Now I'm cleaning up my contour. I did do it. So I just take a loose powder. Any like loose translucent powder will work. Mine is an e.l.f. one. And you just go right underneath there and you put that powder right underneath your contour. Eventually you're going to wipe it away and it's like an eraser. There you go. See? It just kind of erases that messy contour. It just makes it look more clean, a little bit nicer. But then I do also blend the contour a little bit because I don't want it to be a harsh line, if that makes sense. You don't want this harsh line sitting there, but you also don't want it to be super messy and come all the way down to your jaw. So that is it, you guys. And thanks for watching.